Today, we are talking about my health, my right, healthcare, and the presidential administration. Yes. I'm looking to address the importance of healthcare as the fundamental right. So if you're emotional about the election, if you're emotional about politics, you might be all right. If you get too emotional, just get off. It's okay. All right? So, healthcare isn't just a privilege, it's a fundamental right. You must understand, my health, my right is just not a slogan that I just came up. Well, it is a slogan I just came up with, but it's more than that. It's a call to dignity, equality, and support of every American, right? The United States is last. We are last in healthcare system performance. Out of the top 10 highest income countries, we are very last. Because healthcare as a right is critical for every individual and for society as a whole. Right now, the challenges that we have, the current issues, the top three. Number one, preventable chronic diseases and conditions is number one, preventable chronic diseases and conditions. Number two, healthcare workforce shortages. And then number three, high cost and access to affordable care. 50% of the population in America is obese. That's crazy. So half the population is damn near finna die anyways. Preventable chronic diseases are the leading causes of death in America. Why is this? How do we change this? What does that look like? Diabetes, high blood pressure, among other things, but it's preventable. Literally, if you would drink a glass of water and have a tablespoon of cinnamon, you can help regulate your blood pressure before you eat. Matter of fact, if we're talking about health, the healthcare workforce is one of the sickest people in the healthcare system. How many fat doctors do you know? How many obese nurses do you know? They're working long hours, getting paid low wages, dealing with a lot of stress. Where's the relief here? Where's the relief? High cost and access to affordable care. How much does healthcare cost? How much does it cost to go to the doctor? Do Americans really give a fuck? I mean, like I said, the number one thing is preventable chronic diseases and conditions. So do they care? Do you care? If you follow my channel, you care. And I appreciate that. And I'm gonna do my best to give you sound advice so that you can continue to thrive and not die. Because what's more important than your health? If you don't got that, you don't got a life, right? What role does the government really play in healthcare? Like how much of it, what percentage of it is their fault versus your fault? I want to know what roles they're gonna have in ensuring that everyone has access to essential medical services. You know, what are they gonna do in reducing the disparities of healthcare cost? What's gonna happen? Just know, your health is in your hands first. Your health is in your hands first. Yes, I do hope, I do pray, I do assume that they will do something. However, they will never do more than what you can do for yourself. Most people don't even know how to prevent the simplest things. You know how I've been in this healthcare field for over a decade now. You know how simple it is to get rid of diabetes? You know how simple it is to get rid of high blood pressure? And for all my meat eaters, you can't eat meat every day. Let me put it this way. When your grandparents didn't eat meat every day. You know, that's not even a thing. When you go to other countries, their main bases are vegetarian meals. Yes, they eat meat. Everybody does. But you can't eat that shit every day, bro. It doesn't work like that. You will clog your arteries. Your teeth aren't even built for that shit. You don't have the teeth of a lion. You don't have the teeth of a fucking coyote. So just keep that in mind. I'm not saying you gotta cut out meat directly, but you should. Most people don't drink water and eat meat. Most people don't even eat vegetables and eat meat. You gotta at least eat some vegetables. You gotta at least eat some fruit, bro. You gotta eat some fruit. And while we on the fruit, let's talk about this sugar thing. I'm gonna get back on track, but I just gotta say, if you don't, if you have high blood pressure, if you have diabetes, if you have any of these chronic diseases, you should be eating fruit. Now, let me be very clear. That doesn't mean eating grapes and bananas and strawberries, the most sugary fruits. However, that's still gonna be better than a Snickers. That's still gonna be better than a Coke. That's still gonna be better than a Pepsi. All right? But you should be eating fruit. Water soluble fruits like cucumbers. Did you know that was a fruit? It's a fruit. It has seeds. It's a fruit. Watermelon. It's a fruit. It's water. Coconut water. Melons. Honeydew melons. I love honeydew melons. And they're perfect because they're damn near seasonal. And berries, especially if you have cognitive issues. You should be eating berries, raspberries, blueberries. These will help. These will help. What expectations from the new presidential administration do we have? Do y'all have any expectations as far as health goes? Because health wasn't even really a big point. It's never really a big point. Health in the 2024 presidential election, there was very little, very light talking points on health policies. Very light. I'm curious. I'm curious what they're gonna do. You know, they put a spotlight on certain policies. Like he said he was gonna get rid of fluoride water. He said he wants to get rid of fluoride water. I'm with that. That was actually a beneficial thing. You know, 50 million Americans over the last 10 years actually got healthcare because of that policy. That's a pretty significant number, I would say. But at the end of the day, what are y'all doing with it? Because preventable chronic diseases is still the #1 killer in America. So now you got healthcare, you can go to the hospital, but what are they finna give you other than some drugs? You're gonna get any sound advice so that you don't have to come back to them? Probably not. In America, we practice medicine. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be practiced on, first of all. Yes, it will help keep your teeth white. Fluoride will help keep your teeth white. But like I said, I work with the aging population and they ain't got no teeth. So how long does it keep your teeth white? It'll keep your teeth white, but your teeth gonna fall out. How many of your grandparents still got teeth? It's something to think about, man. It's something to think about. Ultimately, when we're talking about health, we're talking about human rights issues. These are human rights issues. You have the right to be healthy. You have the right to know what chemicals are in your food. For those of y'all that don't know what the FDA is, that's the Food and Drug Administration. Now just think about that. Food and drug, what the hell kind of combination is that? The Food and Drug Administration. So they're gonna give you the food that makes you have to take the drugs. I don't know. This is why I say don't eat meat every day. If I leave meat on my counter and I leave a melon on my counter, over time they'll both go bad, right? Which one starts to stink first though? Like the melon will look bad after a while, especially if it's hot or something. But that meat, that shit festers. It's horrible. Imagine what it's doing in your intestines. Because it takes longer to digest. Because you're not really able to break it down as finely as you need to. And you don't have the stomach acid that a lion has. You don't have the stomach acid that a freaking carnivore animal has. It's just something to think about, bro. It's just something to think about. Healthcare system is a reflection of societal values. What does the healthcare system in America speak about their societal values? I don't think that it says anything good, being that we're last on the list of healthcare performance for the leading economic countries. Food is the greatest addiction that we have in here in America. Eating healthy isn't convenient. It's not convenient at all. But again, that's something, hopefully, this presidential administration will make a little easier. You know, call health. If it's in a package, be skeptical. If it has more than 5 ingredients, if you can't pronounce the names of the ingredients, be skeptical. Fruit should have seeds. There is no reason. It's asinine for fruit not to have seeds. That is the definition of fruit.